All right. Well, welcome back as we continue in our series of the 10 must do's if you're going to be an effective leader, effective individual of moving from here to there. So, if you have not followed us from a previous lesson, there are multiple lessons in this series in which I am showing you the necessary things to do if you have a course, a book launch, a product, any type of item that you are ultimately wanting to sell in mass quantities. All right, so I'm getting ready to share my screen and we're going to jump right into today's portion of the lesson. Again, this is the 10 must-dos if we are selling our item. And that's selling online or selling your item offline. So many times if you're going to be effective today, we do want to know that you have an online strategy. Amazon has caused us all to have to do business online. People want to be able to purchase from the privacy of their home, from a click of a button. And so the easier you can make it, the more people are going to be able to purchase. And just to show you, we have the 10 things that we move from here to there. And we went through different areas of this. So if you haven't continued to follow us, reach out to us and we'll make sure that you have that information. So today we want to talk specifically about those that have a master class inside of your plan of action. The master class is the terminology that we use today. You still hear people use the term webinar. You'll hear people use the term come to my course, come to my entry class. And so this is the master class. We're going to use that as our terminology. First thing is that this can be live and it also can be automated. It can be live and it also can be automated. Now, there are pros and cons to both. You have to figure out what it is that works the best for you. For Derek, I love live masterclasses. Now, this that you're listening to today is recorded, but I love doing live masterclasses. And I do that because I feed off of the energy of a room. The more I have people there, the more I have people participating, the more I'm getting the feedback. It seems as if the more I'm able to even bring out in a specific subject matter. The reason is because there are different type of speakers. You have informational speakers. Today, this is more informational. I'm here not motivating you really. It's more me informing you of the things to do in order to be a greater presenter when it comes to your masterclass. You then have motivational speakers. Those are the people that can move you. You feel something when they're talking. That is my sweet spot when it is for me to communicate. I have the ability to motivate people. You can be down, but when I'm done, you're going to be up. You can feel like you are defeated, but when I'm finished, you're going to feel that your place of defeat is going to be your place of victory. When you seem as if life is not going your way, you'll be able to then figure out that it's because you're getting set up for your bounce back, your comeback. I'm a motivational speaker. That is my number one place of speaking. The third category could be inspirational. Similar to motivation, yet inspirational inspires that audience to take action. Motivation, I'm just getting you up. That's before the basketball game, the football game. It's the locker room. It's the cheers. It's the hitting each other. It's the feel good. The inspiration is I don't have to get you way up here to inspire you to action. I can talk to you in a way, tell you something, teach you something, and it will inspire you to act, to do something, to move from where you are to doing something totally different. And then lastly, you have the transformational speaker. That is someone that speaks for transformation, more about the inner work. And so transformation is sometimes a little bit more difficult because you're dealing with other layers that are outside of just the surface. Okay, so those are 4 things. I gave you that. We could have really made a whole class out of just me talking about that. Let's jump into how do I have an effective masterclass webinar. First thing is you got to fill your room with your people. I use the bookstore as an example. If I was going to Barnes and Noble, you're going to have different places of the bookstore. You'll have fiction, nonfiction, a sports section, the magazine section. You have Starbucks over here. You'll have leadership and self-help books, cookbooks. You have spiritual books. You have sci-fi books. The bookstore is divided into various sections. And so when you are doing your master class, first of all, your content is related to the subject matter that you're going to teach. You don't want to teach a general place, because if you teach general, you're going to have all types of people in the room. If you really want to talk about a specific niche, a specific niche, a specific place. Years ago, one of my mentors shared, Evan Connor, he shared that if you will find a niche, dig a ditch, you can become rich if you stay there. Find a niche, dig a ditch, you can become rich if you stay there. Smart Bill Gates says if you spend 30 minutes for 5 years, 30 minutes per day for 5 years, you'll now be deemed an expert. That's finding your niche, digging your ditch, making yourself rich. So you want to have the right people in the room. So you want that. The reason for it is because your content is tailored to that person. Because if you're trying to teach and talk to everybody, you're not going to be as effective as you would be if you're talking to your specific audience. My youth speakers, how do you get youth in the room? My adult speakers that are talking money, how do you get your money people in the room? So that's a whole topic of how did I market? How did I do my graphic? Where did I place it? Who am I telling it to? And my snap. Those are all lessons that we've already done. So relevant, real. You want to be real. You want to be able to be yourself. And so the right people in the room allows you to do that. If you're a paparazzi seller, you don't want all the people from Neiman Marcus in your room, because you're not going to relate to them. You're going to be talking in a term that in their mind, you could be offending them when you're really not. So you want the right people in the room, because your information is right on target to the right person. All right. So how did I get the right people? That's really, I can't go through that now, but you have to be able to snap. That's super networking at an accelerated pace. If you haven't listened to that, go find that lesson. It's there for you, and you should be able to tap into that lesson, because that will help get the right people in the room. So what makes a successful masterclass? First of all, a prepared presenter. It's really about you. You have to take ownership of everything inside the room. You have to take ownership from your Wi-Fi to your lighting, making sure there's no distractions. You want to be able to mute all your listeners. You need to make sure that your links work properly to get into your room. The phone line works properly. How many people is allowed in that room? Make sure that you didn't oversell the masterclass, because then people won't be able to even get the information. So that is in your preparation. We've heard it said, what is good luck? It's when the prepared person meets opportunity, then we're going to have success. So you want to prepare as much as possible. Next thing is that you got to be looking for starting on time. You want to start on time. If your masterclass says it's 8 a.m., don't get on and then linger and wait and wait and wait. Respect the people's time that arrived. If they arrived on time and you arrived on time, it's time to begin. People will remember what you did. And if you set the precedence that we're always going to start late, I'm not going to arrive early. Okay? There's other things you can do to help drive your traffic to going early. Any of the freebies that you promise, give them away early. Because if you give them away early, people then are apt to make sure that they're on time. So my suggestion always is have something I'm giving away early and something I'm giving away at the end, where then I'm ultimately trying to keep my people. Now, if I brought the right people in the room, my content and what I'm talking about should be the real reason they're there. The freebies are the extra. If I was at Cheesecake Factory, I ordered chicken costoletta with an extra side of sauce. I do not have to have the extra sauce in order to enjoy my chicken costoletta. But the chicken costoletta is why I came, and that's why I even want extra sauce. That is what it's like for your freebies, okay? Then over deliver on your expectations. I'm going to go in that a little bit in depth on the next slide. Let's move on. Your dignified offer. People know coming into the masterclass that there is generally 95% of the time going to be an offer at the end of the masterclass. So people know that. They know that. And so they're hearing your presentation to see if you have the goods to do business with. That's a great thing to do. You're giving them a sample, they're getting ready to see, and they get to make the decision. Here's what I want to say here is a couple of things. One, make sure that your call to action is clear and concise. One of the reasons why we don't have strong sales is because we're not clear in what we are offering. So we want to make sure you're clear and concise. The next thing here is make sure it's not too many items. Too many offers will cause confusion, and with confusion causes thinking, and with thinking cause an action that is not going to be made today. I came up in the car business, and one of the things we always would sell in order to have a car deal today, you had to agree on the right product, which is the car. You had to agree on the terms, that was the cost, and you had to agree on the time of delivery, that is today. It is the same exact thing when you're presenting online. You got to agree on that you have the goods to deliver the product. You are knowledgeable and content expert, and yes, I'm willing to do it today. Okay, so you need to have those things in place. All right, so let's keep moving. So masterclass pointers. You have to sell the sizzle. You're advertising the things that you do, the energy that you bring. You must sell the sizzle. The sizzle is the fun stuff. It's the exciting piece. It is the piece that people come to it for. You sell the sizzle. Your snap helps to sell the sizzle because I'm telling you about the results. I'm telling you about what the outcome's going to be for the people that get onto this call. That's selling the sizzle. The last thing you want to do is sell the sizzle and not have any stake. Get all these people in the room and then bomb your presentation. You do not want that. You didn't bring 100 people in a room so that you could go 0 for 100. You brought 100 people in the room so that you could be able to share with them value, and in the value, you prove to them that you were a person that could take them from A to B. I call Uber because I believe when Uber arrives, they are going to get me to my next destination. That is what people want with you. So you sell the sizzle and you deliver the steak. Next thing, survey your attendees so that you can know and you don't have to assume. Right after the masterclass, you had all these people arrive and they listened to you present. Here's where I have to want feedback from the real people that are really listening. I can't just listen to my amen corner and think I'm doing a wonderful job. I need to hear from the people that I'm trying and going after and I'm reaching. I want to hear from them. What was the best part of my masterclass? What was the part that if I could do it over again, you would think I should do that in order to have more effectiveness? What could I do to improve? What content was meaningful and maybe I should have expounded on that and got rid of something else? What else could I do, in your opinion, to make this a meaningful, valuable time for the people that I'm out here reaching? Quality questions demand a quality response. And now I'm able to tweak it without changing it. Yes, tweak it without. I don't want you to change your whole strategy, but I want you to tweak your process so that you're greater and you're greater and you're better and you're better and you're more effective every single time you do it. See, effective and efficient go hand in hand. We want to get right results, but we also want to do right things. And so we want to make sure we're moving there. Okay, so how do I do all this though? It's the elephant appetite. The way that you feed or you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. If we take too big a chunks out, we will choke. So you want to make sure in your masterclass, you don't tell everything that you can do. Because if you do, there's no need for me to go to the next step or click the link or to do business with you. So you want to make sure that you give enough bites so people know that, ooh, this is great, but have enough bites left so people want more. Okay? So I really wanted to challenge you there. All right. So hopefully these pointers today really help you to be prepared as a presenter, to be ready for the right audience. When you snap, your ad and your marketing is going to drive the right people in. And when it's all said and done, your dignified offer is going to cause them to cheerfully spend their money with you because of the value that you bring. Price is only relevant when value does not exist. Can I say that again? Price only becomes relevant when value does not exist. So if I give more value, the price that you have listed, I will willfully and gladly pay. Hopefully this helps you out. I'm Derek Butts with Assist You to Win, the connecting place for winners. I can't wait to come back to you to help you as you continue to build your must-dos so that you can have your must-haves. See you next time.